Well, hello, boys and girls. This is Miss Hawkins, and I am going to go over with you the activities that we have for week 9 in social studies. Activity 1 is elements of a map, and activity 3 is using a compass rose. To start off this week's activities, you will watch this Brain Pop video, Reading a Map, and it will tell you all about maps, all the different types of maps, the parts of a map, and how you can figure out what direction you're going by reading a map using a compass rose. So once you've read that video, I'm sorry, not read it, but watched that video, you will be clicking on activity 1. And in activity 1, we will talk about the elements of a map. Here you have a picture with the 3 main elements of a map: the title of the map, the legend or the key of the map, which is here, that tells you what each symbol in the map represents. For example, the star here for Austin represents the state capital. So this key tells you what each little picture symbol represents. Then you have a compass rose, which is this neat little crisscross decoration. Sometimes it even has some additional lines, but it tells you if you're going up, which is north, to the right, which is east, going downward, which is south, or going to the left, which is west. You always start at a location, and then when you go to that location, you look at what direction am I going in. For example, if I start at Waco and I'm going over here to El Paso, I'm traveling to the left. See that? So when you travel to the left, you're going to this W symbol, which is west. So to go from Waco to El Paso, you are going west. All right. You will also check out these learning resources. We have 2 Pebble Goes. One concentrates on map symbols and keys, or the legend, and one talks about map directions with the compass rose. And you have a username and a password for the Pebble Go, so make sure you write it down so you can enter it. You're also going to watch a cool vocabulary video on map skills. Once you do that, you'll create a map of your house. This should be your house. I'm going to have to correct that. And your map must include a title, a legend or key, symbols, and a compass rose. Here's an example of a map that a student did of their house. They drew in all the rooms in the house, and they have a key, and I blew up the key here so you could see it. And each symbol represents something in their house. They have a symbol for lettuce and carrots. I guess that's in the kitchen. They have rocks. They have right here a workout weight up here in the house. And they have a toy box, clothes hangers, and trash can. So they made symbols for those things in the house and a key so you know what the symbols represent. Excuse me. You're going to share your map by either taking a picture of your map and sharing it that way, or making a video recording in the Friday discussion post. And that is located right here. You'll take a short quiz, Elements of a Map, which is here. Okay, once we're done with activity 1, we'll go on to activity 3, which talks about the compass rose. Here's a really, really beautiful compass rose that looks like it's made out of wood. It's gorgeous. But here we see north, south, east, west. That is represented here by the N, E, S, W, and then those in-between directions. When you're in between the north and the east, northeast. When you're in between south and east, southeast. When you're in between south and west, southwest. And when you're in between north and west, northwest. And that's spelled out here for you. Also, notice that these in-between directions always begin with either north or south. Even though there's 2 directions, you always start with either saying the north if it has north in it and south if it has south in it. Remember that, boys and girls. Then you're going to watch some videos with some cool songs about the cardinal directions. We have one called the Cardinal Directions Song, one called the Directions Song, and one called North, South, East, West. Cool, cool, cool. Then here's a link to play a really fantastic game about directions. It says mathisfun.com, but it is talking about directions, which is also social studies. When you're done playing that game, in the Friday discussion post, you'll write down the total number of points you earned playing the game in mathisfun.com directions game. You can write, if you're going to type into the discussion box, I earned, and then say the number of points playing the directions game. Or you can simply say it in a video post. I earned blank points in the directions game. You can say it in a video post. Here's a skills application worksheet that you can do, and your parents can actually print it out here. And what you're going to do is answer the questions. It says, what ocean is to the west of Mexico? And you know west means going left. So what ocean is to the left of Mexico? So here's Mexico. And what ocean is here to the left? What ocean? Remember that these directions, even though they say north, south, east, west, they are going in up, down, left, right. So keep that in mind. After you do your Friday post and your skills application, you will take a short quiz labeling the compass rose, which is really fun because you get to drag the little boxes into the compass rose to tell if it's north, south, east, or west. All right, boys and girls, really cool social studies week. I can't wait to see your discussion posts on Friday. Have a wonderful week.